So being widowed was an experience of disbelief and shock. And I kept waiting for him to walk through the door. There was an extreme amount of feeling of loneliness, and it was a shock to everyone, me and my children and everyone around us in the community. So my story is one of mental illness. My husband suffered from mental illness, anxiety, and depression, possible bipolar. His job was with the CIA, so there was some elements of the job that fed into his mental illness, making the paranoia worse. So along my journey, the things that I found that were most helpful since being widowed is to find the people around you that are going to support you and listen to your story over and over again. I told my story because I was in a state of shock because his death was sudden, that I had to verbally process that over and over and over again. And I discovered who my true friends were the ones that would sit and listen to my story over and over again. Also, I found that what helps is finding people with similar life experiences. So I did join support groups. I joined some support groups that were just widows and widowers. I joined a support group for widows. I joined support groups. I went to group counseling as well for those that were widowed by suicide. All of those sources provided me a place to talk about my experience and provided me a safe place to ask questions. There's times where you feel like you're going crazy because your feelings are so extreme and you have some extreme thoughts. And so I would post or something on one of these support groups, whether it be about suicide or just about being widowed in general. And in those experiences, other people would respond right away. And it was messages of hope and support where they felt the same way. And it normalized what I was feeling and gave me the confidence that I could keep going. The finding of WW Ministering Angels is a very inspirational story to me of bringing widows and widowers together. And I had joined some support groups on Facebook, and I kind of became friends and met people through social media in this support group of widows and widowers. And I approached one of those friends that I had made in the support group, and she knew who I was, and I approached her and told her that I wanted to start a charity because what I learned was in my grief and thinking that my life was so terrible is that when I was reading these other posts, I realized that there was other people that were widowed that were in worse circumstances than I was in, and I wanted to help them. And so I approached Julie, who is now the president of the organization, and asked her about starting a charity. And she was very excited because this is something that she had wanted to do, but didn't really have the resources and know who to pull in to start this. She told me, I remember that night in that conversation, that Russ Butler, who's also on the board, had already approached her about starting a charity as well, because he saw the same need happening. And so us three kind of banded together, most of the paperwork, and we got a board formed and started this charity, and Julie was able to pull in 2 members. So we have a board of 5 members that have all widows and widowers as a board. So I really feel like the charity is something unique in that we are all widowed ourselves and have personal experiences and empathy for these people that need help. Being widowed is a harsh transition, and so our organization helps people through that transition, gets people on their feet, and then in return, when they're ready, they are so thankful for the help that they receive that they give help to other people. And so that is why our organization is so wonderful and why I believe in it. We're also looking for more people to help right now, and we've partnered with some other charities, and we're finding more resources and expanding our resources to help those in need.